Saturdays used to be for playing guitar. These leather dress shoes feel like lead. I'm not following the lines anymore. Resistance is the only way to breathe. Your rebel heart always saw this coming. I'm not following the lines anymore. Those meetings took the music out of me. The weekend feels like a giant blank space. Resistance is the only way to breathe. Every hobby I love turned into a ghost. You should see how fast I walk away. Success looked like a cage with a view. This tie is sitting in the mud today. We were built for more than just a desk. I'm not following the lines anymore. I'm not following the lines anymore. The weight of my coat just went in. One choice made the whole system break free. Your rebel heart always saw this coming. The asphalt behind me is finally cooling down. Tonight feels like the start of a story. The gravel crunching sounds like a victory. My soul was starving for a little truth. That heavy title didn't pay for my joy. Now the hours belong to my own hands. I'm not following the lines anymore. I worked for a future I didn't want. Ooh, those meetings took the music out of me. The weekend feels like a giant blank space. We were built for more than just a desk. I'm not following the lines anymore. Since June, my thumb hovers above the green. Who am I now? This pulse is getting loud. One push could change it all. Every word I say is mine and mine alone. Who am I now? The name sounds so cold. Everything moves too fast today. Wandering is all I know. That face looks like identity. You haven't seen the shift. Yesterday's a ghost. Who am I now? Every word I say is mine and mine alone. We were different back then. The air feels so heavy. Who am I now? Everyone is waiting for the act. The truth is right there. I am done with pretending. It's time to just speak. These lies don't fit anymore. This suit feels like a cage. Every word I say is mine and mine alone. I have to let you go. This pulse is getting loud. One push it all. The names sound so cold. Yesterday is a ghost. The dashboard glow shows 2 in the morning. Cruising past the street light without a plan today. That old script in my head feels dusty and thin. I'm doing it differently from now. This resistance is starting to feel like home. The volume knob is turned as far as it goes. I'm doing it differently from now. I'm doing it differently from now. My rebel heart is leading for the first time. These streetlight lines are fading into a new path. Looking back at the person I try to be is strange. A bright jacket sits on the empty seat. The air smells like rain and a fresh break free. I'm doing it differently from now. This resistance is starting to feel like home. I'm doing it differently from now. Some patterns were meant to be left on the shoulder. My hands don't even feel like they belong to that kid. This silence is finally loud enough for me to breathe. The engine hums a low, steady rhythm against my skin. Small parts of the old world are falling away. I was so tired of pretending for them. That safety net is getting smaller in the distance. Nobody knows which exit I'm gonna take tonight. I'm doing it differently from now. The silver ring on my thumb is all I have left. The volume knob is turned as far as it goes. My rebel heart is leading for the first time. Some patterns were meant to be left on the shoulder. My hands don't even feel like they belong to that kid. The silver ring on my thumb is all I have left. They all look up when the heavy double doors swing open. The sound of every doubt they fed me turns to static. Now you squint like the shine on my skin is hitting too hard. Who did you expect? The person who used to believe your lies is gone. Now I'm standing here in the wild bloom of my own mess. Who did you expect? This identity I found doesn't fit in the boxes you built. The person who used to believe your lies is gone. Now I'm standing here in the wild bloom of my own mess. Everything you said was impossible is wrapped around my shoulders. I look at the marks where the old limits used to be. Nobody here recognizes the name on the guest list anymore. The silence you're holding says more than any apology could. Who did you expect? You're staring at a version of me that you'll never get to own. I am lost in the best way possible while you're stuck in the past. Who did you expect? This identity I found doesn't fit in the boxes you built. The view from out here is too bright for you to even imagine. The boundary I was born with has finally been worn thin. Every turn I take feels like I'm coming home to myself. I don't need you to understand what I've become. The script you wrote for me looks like a language I don't speak. None of your warnings could stop me from finding this joy. I stopped caring about the rules when I realized they weren't mine. Yeah. My own name feels brand new in my mouth tonight. The silence you're holding says more than any apology could. I am lost in the best way possible while you're stuck in the past. The person who used to believe your lies is gone. Now I'm standing here in the wild bloom of my own mess. Now I'm standing here in the wild bloom of my own mess. This identity I found doesn't fit in the boxes you built. That name hasn't shown up since last summer. Everything feels different now that I am older. I don't need a map for this. The silence usually lasts for hours. Youth was spent waiting for permission. I don't need a map for this. Youth was spent waiting for permission. The silence usually lasts for hours. This beat feels better when it is new. We own the rhythm of our steps. Dreams were smaller before I started today. Freedom means leaving the guide behind. The air tastes like a fast car. I don't need a map for this. I don't need a map for this. Picking it up changes the whole flow. Confidence, 'cause the only tool left here. The air tastes like a fast car. I'm making a world you won't recognize. The noise outside is getting much louder. Following the rules was making me fade. Oh, your call is just a ghost in the mix. We used to follow every single line. That energy died when I grew up. I don't need a map for this. My path doesn't look like yours anymore. Picking it up changes the whole flow. Confidence is the only tool left here. Usually lasts for hours. can tell me nothing moves me right now. This ice is almost gone. You can't tell me what I owe you. You can't tell me what I owe you. Your expectations don't fit me. The commute starts in an hour. Routine life is waiting outside. 3 years on the job. Nobody looks at my face. You can't tell me nothing moves me right now. You can't tell me what I owe you. Every person looks the same. Music fades into the dark. The morning will be quiet. Voices jump off the ceiling. Pressure builds behind my eyes. One word changes the deal. My own name feels strange. This habit won't break today. Everyone just watch the clock. Now the cold air feels like a rebel. Get used to seeing me go my own way. Those fingers won't stop, they're twitching. This beat builds with every pulse. Get used to seeing me go my own way. That old routine doesn't fit anymore. Living for the night felt so heavy. Those fingers won't stop, they're twitching. You can break free without a word. The dawn looks better than the plans. One scuffed lace drags on the curb. The rhythm in my chest is mine. Nobody gets to vote on this. Get used to seeing me go my own way. Get used to seeing me go my own way. Everything behind me is turning gray. Tonight I am finally catching up. This speed builds with every pulse. The noise dies down as I turn. Here pressure is finally letting go. These knees don't buckle like they should. Being polite was a slow burn. All those years were just alone. I found a different kind of weight. Get used to seeing me go my own way. I am terrified of turning into them. That old routine doesn't fit anymore. Living for their night felt so heavy. Nobody gets to vote on this. Get pass the salt and talk about your day. That familiar version of me nods along on cue. The wandering light ends at this table tonight. This is the person you've been talking over. The script feels like it belongs to a ghost. These heavy shoes have walked 1,000 miles. This is the person you've been talking over. This is the person you've been talking over. You like the identity I kept in a box. I am done playing nice for the crowd. Everything you say hits a wall of sound. My true name got lost in the noise. The clock is ticking while you laugh. This is the person you've been talking over. This is the person you've been talking over. You haven't looked at me in 20 years. This is the person you've been talking over. The script feels like it belongs to a ghost. The truth is, I am already gone. Your favorite part of me was never real. The weight of the act finally broke. Everyone at the table looks so confused. This is the person you've been talking over. Your eyes show me exactly what you see. These heavy shoes have walked 1,000 miles. You like the identity I kept in a box. The clock is ticking while you laugh. This is the person you've been talking over. The ticking clock just sounds like applause today. The heavy silence finally breaks in two. I'm taking up all the space I need. Freedom feels different when you earn it yourself. Youth was spent praying for a chance to belong. I'm taking up all the space I need. You look surprised that I made it this far. Freedom feels different when you earn it yourself. The view from the front is better than I thought. Everyone had a vote, but the count was wrong. The names on the list didn't include mine. We both know why. You won't look me in the eye. That suit fits like a prize. I actually won. I'm taking up all the space I need. I'm taking up all the space I need. Today is the first time I don't feel small. The story changes right here in this circle. That feeling of being invisible is finally gone. Voices go quiet when the truth walks the distance. From the back was 1,000 miles. Tonight I don't have to ask for anything. Nobody can tell me I don't belong here. Success is a sound you can't really ignore. I'm taking up all the space I need. I spent my childhood waiting for an invitation. Youth was spent praying for a chance to belong. You look surprised that I made it this far. That suit fits like a prize. I actually the first time I don't feel small. The morning air feels brand new. 60 years of bending just to blend. Today this commute belongs to no one else. I finally like the sound of my own name. Everyday choices finally feel like they are mine. This routine doesn't have to be a weight. I finally like the sound of my own name. The blue coat I bought yesterday fits perfectly. Your old advice doesn't ring in my ears anymore. Everyday choices finally feel like they are mine. These hands don't have to carry your heavy expectations. Everything feels steady for the very first time. That tea kettle whistle is the only boss here. We spent decades pretending everything was fine. Now the hours just move at my pace. I finally like the sound of my own name. Ooh, I finally like the sound of my own name. This ordinary life doesn't feel so small. My own perspective is the only one that matters. This routine doesn't have to be a weight. Happiness is a very simple thing to find. The pressure to be perfect just went away. Nobody is coming to demand anything from me. The way I talk to myself has changed. That long habit of shrinking has finally died. Someone else can solve all those problems tonight. I finally like the sound of my own name. I realized I don't owe anyone a single thing. The blue coat I bought yesterday fits perfectly. Your old advice doesn't ring in my ears anymore. Now the hours just move at my pace. This ordinary life doesn't feel so small. You stand there, expecting a retreat. That single knock started everything. Your eyes look for a white flag. I'm not turning this time. Tonight is about my own resistance. The weight just feels different now. I'm not turning this time. Not turning this time. The heavy knot is finally gone. We were bound by your rules. The air feels new and sharp. Happiness doesn't need your vote. Everyone thinks this road is dead. The softness on my back is loud. No one can force a smile. I'm not turning this time. I'm not turning this time. Break free from the old script. It feels good to stand tall. I'm not turning this time. My own truth is enough tonight. The pressure finally finally snapped today. Nothing left to explain to you. Everything is about to give way. That decade of holding on ended. One message changed the whole game. You can't make me look down. I'm not turning this time. I really missed you. Tonight is about my own resistance. The weight just feels different now. The heavy knot is finally gone. We were bound by your rules. That glowing display is a ghost on the wood. 6 months is a long time to hide from a name. The pulse in my thumb feels like heavy thunder. Don't wait for me. The air in this building is finally moving. Everything looks different from this side now. Don't wait for me. I found a way out through the back. The air in this building is finally moving. The noise you made doesn't sound like home. This morning I finally knew who I was. Wandering through streets that forgot my face. Identity is a word I just learned to say. Getting lost was the only way to arrive. Don't wait for me. The silence here is exactly what I need. Nobody else has the weight to stop this. Don't wait for me. Everything looks different from this side now. I used the fear until it turned into weight. The credits are rolling while I find the exit. The ending arrived and it wasn't a tragedy. Now I can walk without looking behind me. The red exit sign is the prettiest thing. The back. Getting lost was the only way to arrive. Nobody else has the way to stop this. The air in this building is finally moving. Everything looks different from this side now. The dashboard close shows 2 in the morning. Street lights fade into one long gold line. Moving fast feels like standing perfectly still. I am louder than your rules. This radio dial goes all the way right. The static won't let the thinking start. I am louder than your rules. Resistance is the only thing that feels real. This radio dial goes all the way right. This rebel heart finally found its own name. Truth feels like a live wire today. Nobody is here to grade my progress. The road goes where I tell it to go. I am louder than your rules. I am louder than your rules. The volume knob is turned past the limit. Electric skin wakes up in the dark. The choir is singing but I'm driving away. This noise is the sound of breaking free. Every mile makes the past look smaller. You won't find me in the middle anymore. Choosing the hard way feels like breathing. I am louder than your rules. The static won't let the thinking start. Resistance is the only thing that feels real. The road goes where I tell it to go. I am louder than your rules. The volume knob is turned past the limit. Electric skin wakes up in the dark. That red tape on the tile means nothing now. You guys used to say I was just wandering around. 16 years felt like living inside a small circle. Try and catch me. The heavy silence you all kept is finally over. Those labels you gave me don't stick to this code. Try and catch me if you can. Try and catch me. I found an identity you never wanted to see. The heavy silence you all kept is finally over. Nobody here has the right to tell me no. Everything looks different when you finally win. That old fear got lost on the way up. Success is the only name I answer to today. Your doubt was just fuel I used for the fire. Try and catch me. Try and catch me if you can. You stood there waiting for me to fall down the line you drew doesn't stop my feet. Try and catch me. I am making my own path for now. The pressure is rising in this quiet space. I spent 16 years staying inside a circle I didn't draw. There is no way for me to turn back. The view from the top makes you look small. You never thought I would get this far alone. Every single doubt you had just turned into dust. Try and catch me if you can. I won't ever see you again after tonight. Those labels you gave me don't stick to this code. I found an identity you never wanted to see. Your doubt was just fuel I used for the fire. You stood there waiting for me to fall down. That buzzing on the cushion won't stop. The vibration is steady and persistent again. against the fabric. You haven't reached out since the spring. I don't belong to you anymore. Maybe this pose is just a ghost in the air. This silence is the best thing I've ever owned. I don't belong to you anymore. This silence is the best thing I've ever owned. Maybe this pose is just a ghost in the air. Dreams don't have your face in them these days. Freedom tastes like a new language on my tongue. Youth was spent waiting for your green signal. Every block in this district feels like a fresh start. Now the pace is entirely my own to set. I don't belong to you anymore. I don't belong to you anymore. Decision comes easy when you know the cause. We used to be a circle that never ends. Now the pace is entirely my own to set. The urge to fit in has finally died out. Just thumb hovers right above the red icon. Everything looks different from this height. I finally realized I don't need a witness. The man I see in the morning is a total stranger. I'm taking up all the space for which I was built. The city was built for my specific footsteps. I don't belong to you anymore. The wind carries my name to places we never went. I don't belong to you anymore. Decision comes easy when you know the cause. We used to be a circle that never ends. The wind carries my name to places we never went. Talk about the big plans, music plays, and nobody sees me. These people love the noise too much. I'll find my own way home. Every day we do the same dance. The ice melts inside this cup. I'll find my own way home. Your advice sounded like a trap. Every day we do the same dance. Trust in the hum in my chest tonight. This city feels like a new country. Commute times stretch until they break. Something changed when you walked away. The routine doesn't fit me anymore. I'll find my own way home. I'll find my own way home. My name feels small on their tongues. Nobody noticed I stood up to leave. Everything looks different from up here. The rhythm of my breathing is enough. Looking at the streets below my feet, finally hearing what I need to hear. I erased every number you gave me. That net you made was too tight. I'll find my own way home. The truth is I am not afraid. The ice melts inside this cup. Your advice sounded like a trap. The routine doesn't fit me anymore. feel small on their tongues. Nobody noticed I stood up to leave. That lecture on my future finally stopped. The wood in my seat felt way too cold. One rebel breath and I stood up. You can keep the heavy coat. My pulses won't slow down for you. Resistance tastes like fresh air now. The name you gave me doesn't fit. This blue bull skin is all mine. My pulses won't slow down for you. Resistance tastes like fresh air now. You wanted someone I can never be. I'm walking out while the night is young. Voices died out when I hit the exit. The silence felt better than the noise. No more playing the part I hate. You can keep the heavy coat. Break free from the things you said. Nobody is coming up, pull me back. You can keep the heavy coat. This blue skin is all mine. The old version of me stayed inside. The weight just fell away in the dark. I won't be back for the morning. Living there felt like dying slowly. I don't belong in that house anymore. Your expectations are just empty ghost stories. Each yard I gain feels like a win. Though there is a whole world you'll never see. No more playing a part I hate. Nobody's coming to pull me back. My pulses won't slow down for you. Resistance tastes like fresh air now. This blue bull skin is all mine. This blue wool skin is all mine. Years of mornings went to someone I hate. The clock above the desk is just a decoration now. These fluorescent tubes won't ever see me again. I'm going at my own speed. The deadline passes and nobody even screams. Walking now feels like learning a new dance. I'm going at my own speed. You said this day would never actually come. The deadline passes and nobody even screams. The world looks faded while I stand still. Everything feels lost in a beautiful way. Success has a very quiet sound. That heavy name doesn't belong to me anymore. This pulse under my skin finally belongs to me. I'm going at my own speed. I'm going at my own speed. People nod and talk, but I don't hear them counting every brick on the path out of here. Walking out feels like learning a new dance. Tonight the timing belongs only to me. Pressure used to be the only thing I knew. The air tastes sweet for the first time. This feeling is the only thing that matters. The schedule on the wall is someone else's problem. Suddenly I realize that I finally made it. I'm going at my own speed. 40 years of mornings was too high a price. You said this day would never actually come. This pulse under my skin finally belongs to me. People nod and talk, but I don't hear them counting every brick on the path out of here. The gravel crunching under these plain soles feels new. Everyone inside is nursing a drink and a grudge. Nobody expected a ghost to show up in silk. I'm stripping off the lies. You kept me in the dark for 3 long years. This youth is finally starting to feel like mine. I'm stripping off the lies. I'm stripping off the lies. Everything they told me about my dreams was wrong. Tonight we can see who actually made it out. The person who used to listen to you died. This freedom tastes better than any apology you could offer. Success isn't about the money, it's about the silence. Your face turned white when the cameras went off. I'm stripping off the lies. I'm stripping off the lies. My skin forgot what the sun felt like. That recruit isn't coming back for his orders. Look at how natural I look in this gold. The air in this park feels different tonight. Every step is faster than the one before. I'm actually happy for the first time. The rhythm of the tide is finally under my feet. We both know I wasn't supposed to win. I'm stripping off the lies. Your doubt was just a map I decided to burn. You kept me in the dark for 3 long years. This youth is finally starting to feel like mine. I'm stripping off the lies. I'm stripping off the lies. Everything they told me about my dreams was wrong. Your face turned white when the cameras went off. You stood there waiting. Everything felt calm and new. My hand finally reached out. The air feels different. Your palm is so close. Will you take it now? I'll make the map myself. I'll make the map myself. You let me lead today. This path is all mine. No one else walked here. The dirt feels soft tonight. Years go by so fast. It never worked for me. Our fingers almost touch. your palm is so close. I'll make the map myself. Maybe you feel the rush. I'll make the map myself. We can go anywhere tonight. I see a new direction. Nothing looks familiar anymore. I am finally waking up. Yesterday doesn't matter anymore. Something inside just opened up. I like the way this starts. I'll make the map myself. If I follow the route, will you take it now? I'll make the map myself. You let me lead today. This path is all